Hello and welcome to the Stronghold Digital Mining Daily Update. Today's Thursday, January 25th, 2024. Let's put up the first slide, please. So take a look at this. I extracted this image from the Stocks app on my iPhone. Now you tell me, of those four charts, those little miniaturized charts that you see on the screen, they all look fairly similar. Which one do you believe belongs to Stronghold Digital Mining? Okay, did you make your guess? Okay, let's see which one it might be. All right, back to me now, please. Did that surprise you? So every now and then I am amazed by how relatively similar these stock charts look, right, intraday. Now, that's always not the case, right? Sometimes you'll have one particular company, be it Stronghold Digital Mining or one of the others, that has a really good day. Maybe you've got a day where, hey, we have a really bad day and everybody else is doing pretty well, or vice versa. But I think it's thought-provoking and intriguing that despite all of the, I think, sense that exists out there, right, that, hey, Stronghold Digital Mining is somehow not trading in lockstep with its peers, I don't find that to be persuasive. Is it true that we are, from a valuation perspective, dramatically below where I think many of us believe we should be? Probably, but it's intriguing nonetheless that on an intraday basis, and I acknowledge that's a very, crude and somewhat simplistic way of comparing it, but on an intraday basis, when you look at a chart like that, it's intriguing just how in lockstep, so to speak, our shares trade with that, not just of the companies that were also listed there, but really practically every other publicly traded Bitcoin mining company. That's just, that's all I could really fit on the screen. Okay, so I took a look at grid prices a short while ago. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon, and grid prices at that time were at around $30 some odd for both PJM Penelec as well as PJM PP&L. Those are very useful grid prices. I'm not saying they're awesome, but they're useful. I did see, and I don't want to say this from memory, I'd rather just kind of take a look. I did see, I believe, a network hash rate that was somewhat elevated. Let's see if it's come back down. Yeah, it's still somewhat elevated at 591. So that's not very helpful, right? When you have the price of Bitcoin at just under $40,000 a coin, and you've got the network hash rate at almost 600, with hash prices right around that 6.5 cent mark, not exactly, the best type of hash price, right? So it is what it is. Nevertheless, our stock happens to be up, at least as of right now. The stocks of practically every other, right, publicly traded Bitcoin mining company happens to be up right now. I was taking a close look inside the Copernicus browser. It's a really cool system set up by, I believe, the European Union. They launched into outer space something called, I believe, the Sentinel-2 satellite. And it just provides some really useful imagery. And I'm attempting to double check to see, hey, has anything perhaps been published that's relevant to Scrubgrass, which of course is Stronghold Digital Mining's Western Pennsylvania mine waste to energy facility. Because if we get a clear shot of what's going on, pardon me, at Scrubgrass, I think that could be very, very interesting. Because I'm expecting to see at least 2 Carbolith direct air capture devices. Now, again, this isn't as granular as zooming in on Google Maps, but you can still kind of make out activity. And let's keep it real. If we're going to have like a bunch of carboliths, regardless of how optimized this process is, we're going to probably have quite a few of them on site. I'm kind of wondering if we're going to create more space to put these carboliths. Are we going to see some displacement of nearby trees, perhaps? Are we going to see a reconfiguration of the land adjacent to the actual power plant where this beneficial use hash comes out? So these are all things that, absent my taking a field trip out to Scrubgrass, we're sort of relying on some satellite imagery to give us a sense of what's going on. Not to mention, I do suspect that probably by sometime in February, if not by sometime in March, we will hear directly from Stronghold Digital Mining with regard to the progress being made with regard to the direct air capture, project. The good news, we haven't heard anything yet. And Greg did mention during the Tuesday, December 12th, 2023 Investor/Analyst Day that the company would come out right away with any bad news. But that otherwise, absent any bad news, right? It sounds like the goal is, hey, let's just go slow. Let's iterate on the engineering. Let's try to make this, the most efficient process possible to get that air moving right through the carboliths. And let's see if we can save some money on CapEx by not having to build so many. So I think the satellite will next fly over tomorrow. Don't quote me on that, though. With all of that said, let's stay positive, let's be great, and we'll see each other again tomorrow.